Hello, my wonderful friends. It's me again, and there's an update, a epilogue to this wonderful story. I was hoping we get some good news, and it looks like we are. So let's just go right into this one from Reddit user Cornwig. This is the engagement, the quarantine, and the gender crisis epilogue. I got my ukulele back. That is fantastic news. I was so hoping that you would be able to. Oh, that's so wonderful. Okay, here we go. Let's keep going. I have nothing to hold on to now and have finally blocked my ex on every social media platform. To celebrate, I thought I'd share with you a few mini stories and event that happened in our 2-year-long relationship. I am so happy you got your ukulele back. Oh dude, that's so great. That's so great. Number 1. CJ had mentioned after a year of dating that he planned to be an asshole on the first date, but saw me and realized he actually wanted to try having sex with me. Then after 3 dates, he realized we were going to be together forever. I laughed it off, but looking back on it now, I know just how messed up that sounded. Yeah, it's a little messed up. That's a little, yeah. Wow. Number 2. He did not take good care of himself. He had good hygiene, but that was about it. He rarely ate enough, but when he did eat, he ate garbage food. He drank and smoked, but he made a show of quitting smoking for me after the first 2 months into dating. He purposefully avoided going to the doctor when he honestly should have, which made me worry more, and his sleep schedule was completely messed up. He just did not care about his health, but he'd always brag about how strong he was. Sure, CJ had muscle definition and strength, but he was very thin and did not work out regularly. I don't like making fun of people's appearances, but this man's biceps were 2 different sizes due to excessive masturbation. I'm not even joking, I wish I was. You know, I've always seen jokes about that, but to know that that really exists somewhere in this world, it just... I've died a little inside. Just... wow, dude. Wow. That's pretty bad. Number 3. When we were long distance, and during one of our many fights, he called me in the middle of the night while walking to Tim's house, the guy he really hated who tried flirting with me on Facebook, saying he was going to beat him up. Real mature. I hadn't even spoken to Tim in months at that point, the last time being one of the many times I shut down his flirting. I cried on the phone and begged CJ not to harm him just because he couldn't come to the US and would likely end up in jail. CJ started crying too, and then told me he stopped and he was sitting on a bench next to a bridge. We kept talking, and I was fighting off another panic attack while trying to keep him calm and told him to please go home. I didn't want him getting in any more trouble or getting hurt. Tim was a big guy, professional wrestler, with easily 80 pounds more muscle on him than CJ, and I knew CJ was going to get seriously hurt. I forgot that's a thing that this dude does. These whole bravado, I'm going to do this thing to elicit a response. Just, yeah, it's painful. That's painful. Like, it's so cringe, dude. It's so high school. Anyway, number 4. During the break, he bought and mailed me a pair of shoes for Christmas that I'd mentioned a few weeks prior wanting for a while. But I explicitly told him multiple times, do not buy them because I wanted to get the right size and style. They were very expensive, and of course, they didn't fit. So I returned them without telling CJ. See, that's the reason why I have trouble buying people things like that, because if I don't know their exact size, I know it's just not going to work. And that's kind of an example of that. Don't just buy things if you don't know what you're doing. Also, I'm reminded of The Christmas Shoes, which is a terrible song and a terrible movie, and why is this in my brain again? I thought I finally got rid of it. I blocked a lot of the bad memories out because of anxiety, but these are the details I could remember. Like all bad relationships, there are plenty of good memories that made me overlook the bad, but I'd happily remove all of it from my memory. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, don't make excuses for your partner. Distance yourself, think, and then take action. Get help. Thank you for reading and supporting me through this retelling. I feel 1000% better. That is wonderful. That is just the best outcome you could hope for. Like, going into this story, it was a lot of really bad things, from obviously a really manipulative and horrible person that was just really screwing up things for our OP here, for Cornwig, and I was really worried that this would end badly, because a lot of times these things do. A lot of times these relationships end like, just drop and that's it. And I was really worried when we heard the thing about the ukulele, because I was like, that's a thing that manipulative people do. They hold on to one or two things in the event, or in the hope, rather, that they can kind of wedge the conversation back in, that you're going to be forced to speak to them every single time you want to try and get your stuff back, and they're just going to keep pushing and trying to force you into a position that you have to talk to them, which obviously you shouldn't. The relationship at this point is over, and if it's this bad, then it needs to just end. There's no point in continuing making things worse, and I was really thinking that's where CJ was going to go with this, but thankfully that doesn't seem to be the case. Thankfully it is done. It's just, that is the best ending. I'll be honest with you, that's a fantastic ending, and that means that you're just going to continue to do your awesome artwork and your awesome stuff and keep being awesome, and I'm so proud of you. I really am. I'm super happy for you, and I'm super proud of you for being able to just stand up to this dude and be like, enough is enough, and I'm not doing this anymore. Because a lot of people end up in horrible situations where they don't have that ability, and it's so wonderful hearing that you've been able to overcome this and get this guy out of your life and move on to better and just more successful things. And if any of you guys find yourself, like if you're listening to this and you find yourself in a situation like that, where you're in like a really toxic relationship, if you need help, reach out, like, it's okay to talk to people. It is absolutely okay to have conversations with people that you trust about the things that are going on. And if you need help to, distance yourself from this other person or get out of that relationship, they can totally help you. That's the first thing that toxic relationships attempt to do. People who are that manipulative and toxic try to distance you from friends and family and anybody who could counter their opinion, anybody who could help you get out of that. But don't listen to that, because that's just garbage. You should absolutely be able to talk to your friends and family about what's going on in your life. 100%. There is no reason why you shouldn't be able to, because, these are the people you trust. These are your friends and family, like, there's, I can't state enough that is like super red flag. If that starts happening, if you're in a relationship and that starts happening, where someone is intentionally trying to alienate you from your groups that you feel the most safe in, and there's not, like a good reason for it. Like, it's not like those groups are bad or anything like that. It's just they're trying to monopolize all of your time and make you completely reliant on them. That is a huge red flag. That is really, really bad. Because that's not a healthy relationship. Being, so dependent on another person that you have no ability to do anything without them specifically is just not really a healthy way to be. You don't get out. You don't experience the world. You don't have friends. Nothing happens because you are constantly tending to this other person, and that's just not right. It's not fair to you, and it's just, it's a bad time all around. So, just, be careful out there, kids. But this is a celebration. This is a fantastic ending to a very, very interesting story. So, thank you all so very much for being here and being a part of this. If you would please, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. In the comments, make sure to just share good things. Just congratulations are absolutely in order. You know, I very rarely ask you guys to comment something specifically, but this is one of those times where it's just like, just go all out, just celebrate. This is absolutely a celebration. I have a Ko-Fi and a merch store if you'd like to support this channel so we can keep doing stuff like this. And every Saturday there's a live stream, so it's like this but live and weirder. We do a lot more weirder stuff. Live streams are pretty weird. And yeah, that's it. We got a good ending, and I'm very happy. So I love you all so very much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody.